Students don't spend enough time in the classroom.
Students spend 60% of their lives in the classroom.
A quarter.
20% of their life studying what doesn't get done in the classroom. 10% of their life arguing with their parents about what goes on in and outside of the classroom. And another 50% worrying about everything altogether.
Of our children leave education without the basic literacy and numeracy they need to fulfill their potential. And
a quarter of our children leave without the basic literacy and numeracy they need to fulfill their potential. What does that even mean? It's just empty, meaningless bullshit politician words. Basic English and maths they need to fulfill their potential. What does that actually mean? What potential? Of what? These people never give any specifics. I got a D in my English GCSE, which would be a 5 today. I dropped out after that and I write and talk for a living. Amongst the 3 or 4 other things I do which require nothing of what I learned in school, but everything I had to teach myself.
Our students study too narrow a range of subjects.
Alright, that I agree with, although narrow isn't really the term I'd use. Pointless is better. Our students study a too pointless range of subjects, 99% of which they'll never use in their life. Just like you, Rishi, still teaching peel paragraphs.
Today, all students will study some form of maths and English to 18 with extra help for those
No, they won't.
those who struggle most. In our country, no child should be left behind. Third,
see that left behind. Look at the implicit emotional manipulation. No child will be left behind. Creating this image in people's minds of some sort of desperate poor child, all lonely and neglected if they don't study maths and English until they're 18. 90% of the students in this country feel left behind doing the schooling system because your schooling system is a joke, because the teachers prioritise exercising power over trying to create real bonds and relationships with their students, and because everyone knows the education system is designed to set them up for failure so that they can spend the rest of their lives slaving away at jobs just like they're slaving away at school now, just with tax bills and more stress, so that your infrastructure is maintained and attended to, so that when you come and stand on the podium next time and tell the country the covering their face with a carcinogenic piece of cloth will save them from a 99% survival rate virus, you can piss about at parties with your upper class posse and then hide your WhatsApp messages when push comes to shove, and we want to see what you were up to when you locked us all up in our houses. Let's listen.
Our 16 to 19-year-olds spend around a third less time in the classroom than some of our competitors. We must
a third less
change
in the classroom than some of our competitors. How does that make any sense? Can someone inform me where there are 15-day school weeks?
So I can announce today that in order to attract and retain more teachers, those who teach key subjects in schools, and for the first time in our further education colleges too, will receive special bonuses of up to £30,000 tax-free over the first 5 years of their career.
That is fantastic. Cheers, Rishi. So, let me get this straight. You've just admitted that nobody wants to teach for this schooling system. What did he say? Something like to attract and retain as many teachers. It's a very pretty way of saying we can't keep the teachers that we had don't want to stay with us, and no new teachers want to come because no one wants to teach for it. So even your teachers know it's shit. So most of the good ones are leaving. So now in order to get them back or get new people to come and make what is an equally enslaved in the system role more attractive to potential teachers, you're bribing them with bonuses. Oh, perfect. So instead of teachers signing up to be teachers because they're great at working with young people and actually good at teaching and want to succeed in their job because they truly, deeply, wholeheartedly get a kick out of watching their students succeed, instead of that, they'll now be motivated by bonuses. Great. You know, if politicians weren't trained so well in tactically delivering points to the public, which, if said with brutal, bland honesty, some of the stuff they'd come out with, honestly, it would be just as bad as anything Biden has ever said. It's like, guys, we have the stats. 64% of people between the ages of 11 and 25 are suffering from mental health problems and admit to totally feeling aimless in their life. I mean, those do just happen to be the exact ages you go through the schooling system. But we'll just ignore that. So what we're going to do is, you're going to be in school even more. But we won't have enough teachers for that, and teachers don't really want to be a part of it recently. So, okay, we'll pay you with bonuses to put up with it. So, you won't be motivated by creating lifetime bonds with your students to be an agent between them and their prosperous future, but by your paycheck. That's a solution to you. What a flipping joke.